Welcome back, Arcadians, and I do apologise for the long wait in getting this video out, but life just gets in the way, unfortunately. But we are back, and I'm really excited about this video because not only are we going to look at all the high scores from last month's challenge, Ghosts and Goblins, what a game, I really got into that, especially learning some tips and strategies off Tony Riccardi, who's a fantastic player, comes down here to the Arcade Archive. 328,100. The Arcade Archive champ, I reckon. Well done, Tony. Great score, buddy. Brilliant. Great to get some tips off Tony. I am now determined to finish that game. I really am. So we're going to have a look at all your scores, see how well you've done, but also the new high score challenge for this month. I'm just as excited about because we actually have a dedicated Gottlieb version of this game, Juno First, and what a game this is for this month. Can't wait to show you all this. It's all in this video, guys. Welcome back, Arcadians, and I'm back in the Ronnie Corbett swivel chair. It's great to be back, guys, and I've just got to say, I've got to apologise for getting this video out so late. It's just time. I just have not had the time to do it, and you know, it's always been there in the back of my mind. I've got to get this video up, but I just haven't had the time. You know, I love doing this. I love doing the high score challenges. I love doing videos. And if I haven't put one out, it's just because I'm so busy, that's all. But I am delighted to be back in this chair and being at the museum as well. I'm absolutely loving that. We've had some fantastic players down at the museum. Tony Riccardi especially, the Ghosts and Goblins Arcade Archive champ, I think. Unbelievable player. He's taught me a hell of a lot about that game. I just wish I'd known a lot more when I started the competition, because obviously there's different settings that you can have for Ghosts and Goblins, and they do make a difference. So, you know, I had it set so you get an extra life every 70,000 points, where I should have had it, you only get one extra life at 70,000 points. Otherwise, as you'll see from some of one of the scores in particular, you can point press forever. As long as you've got the time and the endurance just to sit there point pressing, you can rack up millions and millions of points. Now, I did for a little while. I'm talking about stage 3, I think it is, or beginner stage 4, where you're in the caverns. There's two stalagmites that are hanging down, or stalactites. Can't remember which way up, but if you stand in between them and just keep doing left and right and firing, the zombies will just keep appearing. You can just rack up the points, get an extra life. You can just keep doing that and just, you know, your scores just keep going up and up. Whereas the setting that I should have had it on is you just get one extra life, and then you would have had to move on because obviously you're on a time limit. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that about the game. So I've learned a hell of a lot about the game since I've started playing it. And this is what the high score competition is all about. It's all a bit of fun at the end of the day. Nothing too serious. So if you have point pressed at that point, don't worry. You know, I'm not going to exclude you from the table. But you know, it's all about just having some fun at the end of the day. Thoroughly enjoyed the game. I think it's a cracking game, and I'm determined to finish it. I really am now. I really want to finish the game, just to say I've done it. You know, I'm not interested in getting 1 million points, but I just want to finish the game to say I've done it. And who knows, well, once I've finished it, then maybe I could loop it twice, but it is really hard. Once you get to stage 5, and you've got the devils flying at you, that takes a hell of a lot of skill. It really does. And you can see here, Tony Riccardi, who comes down to the Arcade Archive, managed to loop it twice. Got an amazing score. Have a look at this. It's absolutely incredible. I've learnt a lot from watching Tony play this game. Look at this glitch that he's found. So he goes up the ladder, disturbs the 2 trolls, and then he knows exactly where to stand at the right point and press fire. And if you look at the top of the screen, you'll notice the trolls' legs, and they disappear, and then their head appears at the bottom of the screen. It's a little glitch that should, if he's done it right, allow him to walk underneath both trolls. But on this occasion, it's only allowed him to do it to one troll. So he's still got to battle it out with the troll above. But it is incredible that he's worked this out. I love this. Now this is Tony's second loop on Ghosts and Goblins, the final boss. I can't tell you how excited I was for Tony. I really wanted to cheer him on, but at the same time I didn't want to disturb him because I know how much this takes, so I just kept really quiet. No! Tony, how do you feel?
I'm knackered.
You nearly looped it twice. That is a new Arcade Archive top score, 665,800. Unbelievable. Wow, Tony. Oh my God. Incredible score. I mean, the atmosphere that you created on the couple of occasions that you came down was incredible. Everyone was standing around watching you. It was like being back in the arcades in the 80s. I really enjoyed it. You know, it was just fascinating to watch. But let's see if Tony got this month's high score on this month's challenge. So we had 24 participants for the Ghosts and Goblins High Score Challenge, and over half of you managed to get over 100,000 points, which is incredible. It's an incredible achievement, and you must be really proud of yourselves. I know I was, because it's the furthest I've ever got in the game. But let's read out some scores. I won't be able to read out everybody's name, but let's start at the bottom here. We've got Jason Barber with 27,000. Well done just for taking part. Tony Electric Adventures, 34,800. Aid Skyway with 60,500. You must have got to stage 3 with that point. Ian Cullen with 73,700. Cherry UK with 93,800. And we're going into the 100,000 mark now with exactly 100,000 points. Is Neo MK Matt. Well done. You must have been really proud to get 100,000 points. That is some going. And then we've got Brian Hambo with 3 with 113,000. Jimmy Stones with 122,700. I came in at 127,400, which is, I'm really chuffed with that score. I got to stage 5, so, but I'm going to beat it. I know I'm determined to beat that score. And then Sean Tagster into the 200,000 mark with 205,000. Tony Riccardi, who I thought was going to be the #1, but he's not. But an incredible score with 761,800. I think that was his 3rd loop. No point pressing. Incredible score, Tony. It really is. But you're not #1, unfortunately. That goes to the Vintage Toy Rush with 6,176,200. And I do believe he was going for 18 hours. Oh my God. Point pressing for 18 hours is just madness. But as I said, I never set any rules. I just gave you the dip settings. So you are the champion for this month. Well done for going that long. That's just incredible. It really is. Great high score challenge, but I'm looking forward to the next one. And the new cab that we have for the museum. Here it is, guys. This is a great machine with so much history. I can't wait to show you this. So this is the new edition for the Arcade Archive. It is Konami's Juno First from 1983 in this exquisite Gottlieb dedicated cabinet, which I absolutely adore. It's so cool. But this cabinet has had a really hard life. It really has. I first played this exact same cabinet 15 years ago at the Arcade Barn, and since then it's been up and down the country entertaining you Arcadians at many retro events. So it's a little bit beaten up around the edges, you know, but we can work on that. As you can see here, the control panel needs a new overlay. It's all starting to blister around the edges. So we're going to have to get a heat gun on that, get that old control panel off, maybe get it scanned, new repro artwork on there, because that does look really grubby. And at the bottom of the cabinet, definitely needs some work. It probably needs bracing and gluing together, new T-moulding. And I'll probably touch up a bit of this paintwork as well, because it's been badly scratched in places with some nasty marks. So, but that will all come up really nice, and it's something I'm really excited to work on. Always interesting to see what's inside the cabinet when they arrive, from manuals if I'm lucky, or a calling card for Iron Maiden. The beast shall rise. I'm a little bit mystified by the wiring loom though, because it's using a Konami adapter when it should plug straight into the Konami PCB, so it makes me think this is a jammer loom and they've added the Konami adapter afterwards. More investigation needed there, I think. Right, time to move her into the arcade. I'm excited about this, but I'm not sure where it's going to go, because we've got another Gottlieb cabinet, the iconic Q*bert. Will it look good next to that? Or it's a little bit later, so it might need to go a little bit further down the timeline. There we go, perfect. Already up and running for you Arcadians for when you come down and visit the Arcade Archive. Well, there it is, guys. It's in situ, right next to Williams's Robotron and Atari's Star Wars. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to play this for the high score challenge. Let's see how I get on in my first run. Right, my first little tip for the first 2 levels. It only really works on the first 2 levels because it can get a little bit tricky after that. So what we're going to do, stage 1, stage 2, is just hang around and gather them up. You notice I'm moving backwards, so you can move backwards in this game. And there's a timer at the top. When it reaches 80 seconds, the orb appears. Shoot the orb, and then kill as many of these as you can for maximum bonus points. That wasn't a brilliant run. I only got 16,000 there. But you can get up to around 30k just on the first level alone. So again, we're just going to hover around, wait. But you've got to be careful. You can, as you're reversing, you can bump into them because it sort of loops around. Get rid of that if you can. Oh, that can be a bit of a hassle. Yeah. There's the orb. All right, come on. Oh, that was a good one. See, I'm up to 40,000 already. I'm only on stage 2. Now, with the warps, don't be afraid to use them. Use them whenever you can, because you get 3 warps per stage. And I've just got to get used to this, because the warp button on here, this is the bonus stage. Oh, I got hit. I got a hit on the bonus stage. That is very rare for me to do that. The quicker you get the bonus stage done, the more points you get. Gutted I lost that life on the bonus stage. I just love the sound effects on this game. Now you see with these red kind of like homing missiles, if you sort of do a 360 around them, you can shoot them. Up to 84,000 now. Yeah, I can shoot them like that. There we go. 88,000. This is a game I used to play back in the day and absolutely loved it. Never saw it in a dedicated cabinet though. Would have just been in an Electrocoin MIDI or something like that, a Goliath. There's the orb, get the man. I haven't got many left to shoot though, so I'm not going to get a huge bonus on this. We reached 100,000 though, extra life. So extra life every 100,000. Still got 2 lives left. Another bonus stage. Use my warp there. Let's get round those. There we go. Good score so far, 125,000. Ah, he shot. See that? Because I reversed backwards. I reversed straight into his missile. It's always awkward when you're filming a gameplay because the camera pushes me off to the right, so I'm not in a good position, really. Oh, look at that! Skill McBill. How did I get out of that one? Nice bonuses there. Oh yes, and I got hit. Got all those bonuses and then I got hit. Now I've only got another 30k to get to 200,000 and I get an extra life. There we go. What have we got now? 185,000. Get the orb. Come on. Yes, there we go. Another life. 200k. There we go. 202,000. Keep going. Oh, he got hit just from the side. Last life. She is. How many can I get? Ah, I got hit. 226,640. Not my highest score ever. My highest score, when I was really going for it a few years ago, was around about 500, over 500,000. I think it was 550,000. But still, this is a new challenge on a dedicated cabinet, and I'll challenge you guys. Well, there you go, Arcadians. That is the high score challenge for this month. What we do in months? I kind of missed April, didn't I? But basically, the deadline for this game is May the 28th, which is a Sunday at 6 p.m. So you've got plenty of time to get your scores up. I will be doing a live stream from the museum on a Wednesday night, so look out for that. The other thing you need to be aware of is the dip settings for this game. Is basically you start off on 3 lives, difficulty level 3, and you get an extra life every 100,000 points, which I think is default anyway. But the most important thing is difficulty level 3, starting lives 3. I think we should all be on the same page because I don't think there's any glitches or strange versions of this game I'm not aware of anyway. So we should be all good to go. But yeah, good luck with that, guys, and I'll see you on the museum in a live stream on a Wednesday night, hopefully. But before I go, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that turned up to the UK VAC meet a couple of weeks ago. It was a fantastic day. People come from up and down the country to just celebrate the hobby, really, and the museum. It's a great way to meet new and old friends. But I've got to say a huge thank you to Steve from Mindsoft Games, who brought down his bespoke Vectrex arcade machine Virazon, which is amazing. It really is super cool. In fact, I really want to do a dedicated video to this game because it's got so many nods to so many classic arcade games. It deserves a video on this channel, which I will be doing because it is a great game. So Steve, thank you so much for bringing down this amazing cabinet. Super cool. Everybody absolutely loved it. Also, I would like to thank my volunteers at the museum that help on a Friday. We've now called it Fix It Friday. And I'm compiling a video together to show the workings, the behind the scenes at the Arcade Archive. Because without these volunteers, the whole place would grind to a halt, because they're just incredible. Their knowledge in fixing these games, getting them working, because they're so old now, and in fact some of these games haven't even been turned on for 20 odd years, so there's a lot wrong with them. So I've got to thank Holly, John, our new recruit Tony, and Richard, of course, who helps out getting these machines going. So look out for that video up and coming on this channel, guys. Until then, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.